So we're over at a property in Thirsk in North Yorkshire. I just wanted to sort of show you quite a common problem around fireplaces that's often overlooked by damp proofing companies and things like that. So what we have is a fireplace. Obviously you can see where we've taken out the fire hearth and also a section of the wall that was blocked up. You can see the other side where that's been blocked up. It's previously had a solid fuel fire in here that's been taken out. We put in a new combi boiler, put in an electric fire suite over the front of that, and obviously had subsequent damp problems around that area. So often it's, you know, people will come out and they'll inject damp courses, and that's, you know, obviously not the correct way to do it. If it's already got a damp course and that's functioning, and the issue is more that it's bridge or something else, then you need to look at that, and obviously you need to take that back to how the property's been originally designed and try and work with that and make best use of the damp course that's already there. So as you can see here, that there's a damp course. You can see it just at this level here, and you can make out where the fire hearth concrete's been. That's obviously bridged that area there. You just go over here, you can see that the rest of the property as well. There is a damp course, but it's almost put into a channel around the edge of the floor screed, which is, again, you can see it's been completely filled with plaster and screed and various other building materials. So that's bridged, which has caused a damp problem to the whole of this property. I mean, we've got at the minute the plaster coming off sort of around the ground floor walls. But I just really wanted to show you sort of the issues around fireplaces, really, and why you can't just inject a damp course around the fireplace, why that wouldn't work and why that work would be defective. Now, obviously, if you look at the back of the fireplace here, you can see obviously that area that's bricked up. That there was originally the level of where the concrete, where you obviously would burn the fire. So that's greatly higher than where you can see that the damp course level is. So that's fine when the fire's live, and when you're using that's obviously getting hot, which in turn will sort of evaporate any moisture from there, and there's probably never been any problems there. Once that's been bricked up and it's not in use, that's when, you know, you'll get moisture sort of rising up through there. Now, if you were to inject a damp course in here, obviously if you look, the obvious thing that a contractor would do would be to look at the lowest mortar bed that they could get, but, you know, just above the floor there, and inject that. Obviously that will go around the whole property, or, you know, sometimes they'll inject into the brick. But either or, they're probably going to be looking at sort of this brick or this mortar bed that they would inject into. Now, if you actually think about where the concrete was, which, like I say, was at sort of 2 brick courses above, if this area here was bricked up and that wasn't addressed, and it was injected into this area, then obviously you would have a large concrete bridge in the middle of this, which would be completely overlooked and would just bridge even the new damp course. So not only would the old one still have been able to be effective should you address this sort of detail, but even the new one there would also be ineffective around this fireplace, because obviously it would be bridged, like I say. So what we're going to do here is open up the other side as well, take that down to the same level here. What we'll then do is put a small strip of concrete here, sort of concrete foundation. Put a DPC there, a physical DPC, build that up to the same level as where the bitumen DPC is. Once we've built that up with 2 courses of brick, we'll then apply a liquid DPM across this level and continue to build up until we get to the top of the opening there. So that then is obviously acting as one where the damp course is. That's all sort of joint, so there's no bridges or anything in terms of that. Obviously to the front, if we were then to fill this area back in with concrete, we'd then, by the time you get to obviously the floor level, you can see is about 1 inch higher than the damp course. If we were to just backfill that there with concrete up to where this new wall would be, we're bridging the damp course again there. So what we're then going to do is take out this section of brick and this section of brick, and apply a cavity drainage membrane, but only up to just above the level of where the concrete will be. It doesn't need to go to the wall. We're not waterproofing the wall. There's no necessity for that. All we're doing is ensuring that the concrete doesn't go against that damp course and bridge that damp course. So what we'd use was a cavity drainage membrane, like I say, to come up just proud of the floor finish. We can then backfill that with concrete. Like I said, that'll already be blocked up. So then you're back to having your fire hat. It's filled back to sort of the same level as the floor. Your wall's blocked up, and then you can either obviously wait for that wall to dry out, and then replaster that with a renovating plaster, and that is what's required. Like I say, injecting a damp course in this occasion certainly wouldn't work. So it's like I said, just wanted to really do this video just to kind of show the point of being very cautious of injection damp courses, and ensuring that if you are going to go ahead, and like I said, the effectiveness of one is debatable, but even if it was to work and be effective in a situation around a fireplace like that, there's no possible way that it could be effective. So just a sort of a note of warning, really, just to make sure that that is looked into in great detail before any injection is done on any sort of fire hat.